What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J, and we are locked in. This is Raising Kanan, episode 3. We know last week we seen our boy D-Wiz, man. It's unfortunate he had to be taken out, but hey, when you in the streets, that's what you gotta do. My theory is they went ahead and took D-Wiz out so they would stop coming after Kanan. D-Wiz's brother got out of jail, so what they're gonna do is bring him in and say, hey, we gotta get even with Unique and them. They killed your brother. So they're gonna use this and hey, cause we need some muscle. But before we get into this new episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you wanna be a part of it, hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now this week we pick up where we left off. D-Wiz is dead. That means ain't nobody after Kanan, at least for now. You know what I'm saying? D-Wiz the one that caught that body. Kanan ain't had nothing to do with it. But let's jump into this and we're gonna see what happens with Kanan. This is episode 3, Raising Kanan. We start the episode off. You hear Kanan, he's narrating what's going on, and it's pretty much showing, hey, when we out on that block, we working. It's not like your regular job. It's not your regular 9 to 5. It's not going to be the same thing every day. Every day is something different. You know, you got different junkies coming up to you. And just so happens on this particular day, the law pulls up. Detective Howard, he hops out. He chasing everybody. Everybody's getting low. You know how it is in the streets. Toss everything you got on you. You got your gun, toss that. You got some drugs, toss that. So when they put you against that wall, hey, I ain't got nothing on you. You're going to have to let me go. I ain't got nothing. Now, one man gets low. And I'm talking about he getting chased through everywhere. The back alleys, the laundromat. Detective Howard, most of these cops, they ain't gonna keep up with you. And we know Howard is dirty, so he ain't even about to be trying to do this job for real anyway. We make it out the back, and we call that sticking and moving. The only downside about getting chased by the cops was I done scuffed up my J's. Raquel and Symphony, we know where they been messing around. Well, just this morning, you know, they getting it in. Now, my boy Symphony, he got to get up. And, you know, she's trying to run game on a young man. You may be in college, but there's a few things you can teach. For him, he's like, yeah, well, I ain't in college. I graduated from college. I'm getting my master's. So she asked him, so this is what you do? You just get up and dip? He said, nah, you know, I got something important to go do. Pretty much saying, yeah, you straight, nah, but you're a little bit older and, you know, you in the streets and I'm a college man. I ain't trying to be caught up with this. So she's talking to him, asking him about the topic. And he's like, yeah, it's a little more boring than this. And, you know, he gets up out of there because that's what you got to do. If she in the streets messing around like that, get yours and go. Funeral service for Derek Washington, 1975-1991. Kid was only 16. You know Kanan is hurt. That was my dog. But he doesn't know his own uncle is the one that murked him. Tough guy Kanan, he comes downstairs. He looks, he like, what? Who the hell is this dude in here with no shirt on? Like, Symphony's tripping. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't have been in this house with my shirt on, especially if I know she had a kid. I'd have that shirt on. Cause you never know, they in the hood too. Somebody come by shooting, you got your shirt off, it's cold outside, that's a no-go. But Kanan comes in and he's like, man, who is you? Who is you? He keeps asking, and Symphony has headphones on so he don't hear him. And then Kanan, if you tough, you supposed to go up, get your strap and hit that dude in the back of the head. It's some random dude. But you know, Raquel comes in there and say, hey, you don't disrespect nobody. I bring it here and let him use on my computer. Why ain't you in school? Matter of fact, get your stuff, let's go. Kanan gets in the car, he trying to check his mom. When you start letting no boy steal at the house? She like, nigga, I pay the bills here and I got a progress report. You ain't doing what you supposed to be doing at school. My boy Kanan got R.I.P. D-Wiz on the shoe and the mom talking about, yeah, let the people talk. So for him, he's sitting there like, man, my boy D-Wiz is there not knowing his mama called the hit. And she's sitting there like, oh, let's go play respects to his mom and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got to look out for each other. And the target's off your back. So, you know what I'm saying? Let the streets talk. So she's really looking out for her son. But at the same time, Raquel, she's a grimy mom. But Ma, hey, sorry to my boys, but dog, hey, it's got to be that way, man. Ma, you better do the same for me if you watching this. Hey, so the captain at the police department, he's telling Howard, hey, man, y'all bending corners, that ain't gonna get us nothing. We got to get some bodies. We got to get some people in here. We got to get some evidence. We got to get some leads for this murder for $120 and for a kid named D-Wiz. Actually, did you know D-Wiz was coached by one of the cops in here? He got a wicked jump shot, but just like his jump shot is gone, he ain't never gonna have a chance. Oh, and this $120, oh man, I don't know how these little kids, he wanted to say these little N-words, come up with these names. But look at these names. So pretty much this captain here, he's like, look, y'all BSing out in these streets. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Howard, you look like you ain't doing shit out there. You the problem. And rookie, girl, Burke, get up out my face. Pretty much the captain is saying, y'all ain't doing nothing. We got 2 murders of 2 kids. Y'all better figure this out. Lulu, he's about that business. He's gonna make sure everything in the streets is right. And he's telling, look, hey Raquel, our blocks, they coming up short. The police, they running our stuff, but they skipping over Unique. So they're kind of piecing things together. Like maybe the police are working with Unique and they know it's probably gotta be through Howard. But they're like, look, let's just move everything off the streets. And you hear Marvin in the back talking about, nah, let's not do that, man, because we worked hard for this. And everybody's like, hey, man, shut up. But Lulu's like, let's move everything to the bodega that they just got, because that's where they're going to be doing, like, security. But they don't have cameras there. So she's thinking, we got to do it bigger than this. Pretty much, we can't be on these street corners. We got to be moving them birds, you know what I'm saying? Bricks, all white bricks. Now, Raquel, she had a bigger plan. No more just the corners. Now, this guy here is Dean. He's a kingpin. He has the Tijuana Connect. But unlike everybody else, he's quiet. He's low with everything that he's doing. And Raquel said she had a bigger plan, so we about to meet Dean. Dean is a businessman. Dean supplies Raquel, and he supplies Unique. And he tells her straight up, I'm not getting in between any little disagreement or beef that you guys have. Because for him, it's money either way. You can have a problem with him, go find something else. That just means I'll supply him more. And Raquel's just saying, it's enough blocks for everybody to get paid. And he's telling her, look, man, there's a lot of stuff going on. And he's trying to give her warning shots like, your blocks are getting hit, but his aren't. And she's like, oh, well, it just wasn't his time. So he's like, man, I'm looking at things. I'm not going to hop in anything, but I see what's really going on in these streets. And he's trying to get her to open her eyes and realize, like, hey, everything ain't sweet like you think. Detective Howard. Now, he's at the doctor's office, and it turns out he has leukemia. So in my head, as soon as I hear, okay, he has a life-threatening disease that will kill him if he doesn't get cured for him, I'm thinking, all right, he's got to work overtime in these streets. He's going to have to figure some stuff out because this might be the end. Now, the doctor's telling him, you need to contact your family so we can find a match within your blood, you know what I'm saying? And we can save you, because if not, you'll die. Now, his people are in Alabama, and he said they had a falling out about some property. And y'all know how that goes. Whenever there's some money or some property or something that you got to split with family members, you fall apart almost instantly unless you really running that like you supposed to with a family. But it's neither here or there. So for him, he's upset. And he's like, I'm going to contact them. Damn, I don't want to talk to them fools. Jukebox and Nicole, they've been hanging out with each other, and Nicole's like, hey, I want to go to South Jamaica, Queens, you know what I'm saying? I want to see where you from. And Jukebox like, nah, that ain't no good idea. First of all, you're white. Second of all, no one knows I'm gay. So no, we definitely not doing that. But they in the mall, and she just telling Nikki, hey, no. She says, oh, we need to go over there and do a little singing thing. Some of y'all might be too young, but used to go in the mall. You can record a video, you rap in front of it, or you do some singing. Good times, man. That's when malls were actually cool. Cause every time I close my eyes, I think of you. They in there, Jukebox was acting all nervous at first. Nicole was like, forget it, I got it, let's sing it. So they joining in, and now Jukebox, she's getting into it. And I'm like, okay, they doing good. You got the dude on the camera like, shoot, they rocking out. Kanan, he's over there with Scrap, you know, his babysitter, and he's over here thinking about D-Wiz. So he knows Scrap knows a little more than he would, because Scrap is actually in the streets. But what you hear about D-Wiz? And D-Wiz tells him the story that they done came up with. Oh, him and Buck 20, they were beefing over a girl, and you know what I'm saying? He went after Buck, and Buck's people came back and got him. And Kanan's like, oh, that's what I heard too. So he's trying to piece out and piece together what actually happened to his boy D-Wiz. But if this is the only story he hears, then he's not going to know. Now, Kanan is at the stash house. He's in there with Scrap. He looks out the window. Oh, Davina. And Scrap's like, hey, bro, don't be talking to nobody while you at the, you know what I'm saying, at the spot. Everybody's in the game, meaning it don't matter if they out the game, they slanging, they junkies, it don't matter. You don't never let no one know where you hanging out at your stash. And the first thing Kanan says is, oh, it's just a little hideout spot. You know what I'm saying? A little clubhouse that we hang in. And this is why you don't let young niggas in the game, because they run their mouth too much. Now, Davina, she used to date Buck 20. Her and Kanan, they have a little relationship, but she's been playing them off to the side. And she's saying, hey, just be real with me. Did you know D-Wiz shot Buck? And he was like, man, don't believe none of that. And then he also was talking about, man, they got the wrong person too, man. And it's like, dog, you saying too much. You just supposed to say they got him. You the one that allegedly shot him anyway. Why are you even talking about Buck? See, females are always going to be the reason you get caught up, fellas. 9 times out of 10, not always. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be you, the death of you. Raquel has a bigger picture. When they met up with Dean, we know Dean had a little personal security guard. Now, Raquel, she's trying to bribe him. She's like, I got enough money here to move you, your wife, back down to South Carolina. Oh, and enough to bring a girlfriend also. The only thing it's going to cost you is you let me know when and where Neek's next re-up is. So pretty much, she's trying to set Neek up. If she can set him up, get his, get his work and move it on the streets, it's going to weaken him. And it's going to make her, start to rise and make some extra bread. But dude is iffy. He's like, damn, I ain't trying to be no snitch. Because, hey, you start telling like that for some bread, they going to be on you. Jukebox leaves the singing and stuff at the mall because I got to meet up with the crew. It's time to make some money. And what they're doing is a smash and grab. They're jumping in the back of a truck that has all kinds of Adidas, Nike, Polo, all the gear. And they going in there, trash bags full. They taking everything. They hop up out of it. Hey, I'm like, okay, I got to go holler at Jukebox. They got this stuff on the low. It fell off the back of a truck. You know what I'm saying? But one of the guys, he gets caught. And when he's trying to get off, the guy that's holding him, he elbows him. He starts whooping on him. But Jukebox comes over and she actually saves the worker. Like, hey, man, get out of here because she got a box blade. So she saved the dude, but he's still conscious and she doesn't have her mask on. So I'm sure he's going to be able to point her out. And Nicole just said, don't get caught with them. Raquel calls Detective Howard and she gets straight to it. Look, there's a re-up, $250,000 uncut pure. Woo! Now, Howard's like, why are you telling me this? Now, the reason Howard is saying this is because, first of all, what do you want from me? And second of all, why are you telling me about Neek's pickup when I'm working with Neek? But she doesn't know that. So she's telling him, hey, do your job because she's been getting hit. So she's saying maybe Neek is the one setting her up. So she's going to try to set him up for a big bust. But little does she know, Detective Howard's working with Neek and he's probably not going to do anything. That's going to make her realize Neek is working with the police. Well, with Detective Howard. Crown Camacho, a.k.a. Antoine Washington. In the words of Kanan, he changed his name because he thought he'd get more love from the girls with a name like Crown. And just like most of these hip hop artists, he's too soft for the streets. Now, Kanan says he does have talent for hip hop, but talent only gets you so far. Now, Lulu, he showed up and he blessed him. He blessed him with some of that, some of that white girl, that cocaine and coke. And he also pulled up with Jessica. Now, Jessica, she's looking out for her brother, Famous. She's like, hey, well, Crown, did Lulu tell you my brother, he has talent, he can rap? And he's like, well, he can rap. Bring him through then. Shoot, I got talent. Actually, Crown just trying to get at Jessica because he's a ladies' man. Now, Lulu, he's over there talking to the engineer about all the microphones and stuff, the inputs that they have. And he looks over, he sees Crown talking to Jessica. Oh, yeah, we out. Now, Crown talking about, yeah, man, bring him to the studio, man. Bring him to the studio. Now, Kanan and Jukebox, they switch keys to each other's house, which I have no idea why you would need the key to her house and she takes the key to your house. But he comes in the house and Marvin's in her room looking for something. We don't know what he's looking for, and he kind of gets caught. Like, damn, man, what are you doing? Jukebox got my belt or whatever. But Kanan is saying, I need to make some money. You gotta put me on, man. You gotta help me out, and I'll tell Raquel, hey, man, trust Uncle Marvin some more. So pretty much is you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Now, Uncle Marvin, he has 8 grams left. And he's talking about he'll sell them 8 grams for $100, even though it goes for $250 on the street because, it's my nephew. And he's pretty much teaching him the game now. You know what I'm saying? You break down this 8 grams, don't stretch it out no more because it's already been stepped on. But you sell this 8 grams, you make about $250, you know what I'm saying? Keep about $100 for yourself because you got to pay me back that $100. So you make about $150. You're going to be a real dope boy, Kanan. So it's kind of a theme here. Each one of the niece and nephew, they going over to their uncle and their aunt, and they're actually talking to him. So Juke shows up to Raquel's house, and she got that bag of clothes. She's leaving it here because we seen Marvin going through her stuff. So she's going to leave it there. Then you got Raquel over on the bed looking at D-Wiz's obituary talking about, this could have been Kanan. How many more black boys got to die in these streets? You set this black boy up. What are you talking about? How many black boys got to die? You did that. But anyway, she's talking to Raquel, and she's the only female in the family. So her and Raquel, they have a different relationship than anybody else. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's best friends type. So she's just talking to her like, who got you smiling like that, Juke? You got somebody? And you know she does, but she hasn't came out to anybody. So I'm sure Raquel probably knows. Yeah, Juke is probably gay, but you know, she still loves her. She just waiting for her to come out and tell her, and she's going to accept her for that. If I told you once, I told you twice. Women will be the downfall of you, especially in these kind of shows when you're in the streets or whenever you're even in business, you trying to do your thing in a TV show, they're going to bring you down. Now, Jessica's talking about, you didn't say much when we was eating ever since I talked to Crown. He's saying, man, I know Crown. Crown has connections up and through, you know what I'm saying, through New York. So that's why he's cool with him. And also he likes the music. Now, Jessica's talking about, you know, you could do that. People need to know who you are, Lulu. I want to rock with you. Now she's hyping his head up. This little stuff that you do with your sister, oh, that's small time. You get in the music, you do it big. Pretty much she's going to cling on to him. She's going to get her brother on, and she's going to get everything she wants by putting in zero work. And Lulu, you better not fall for it, man. You smarter than this. Now, I could see him having to get rid of her, and then they got to tell Famous, oh, man, she just got caught up in the streets. Do it like they did D-Wiz. But right now, she's trying to break the family up. Getting in Lulu's head. Don't do it, Lulu. Howard back in here with the captain. Now he has the information from Raquel to set up Neek. And the captain's like, dog, all right, you got this information, but where's this source coming from? Because whenever they get a confidential informant, usually somebody on the force knows, or they're paying them, like, but there's no information, like, who are we getting this from? So the captain says, we're not going to call downtown. If you guys really think this is going to happen, there's going to be a big drug bust, because the captain needs to be on TV. He needs to show that they are actually working. Well, if y'all want to do this drug bust, we're not going to get help from downtown. Put a team together and y'all get y'all ass out there and figure this out. But y'all better be right, because if I look like a fool with this, I'm on both of y'all. Y'all can go ahead and see me. Kanan got to work, but Kanan don't know how to move to work. So he's talking to Jukebox. He's like, all right, so what we got to do? She's like, look, I'm not going to sell drugs with you, because if Marvin does it, I don't do whatever my pop does. I stay away from him. But she's telling them, all right, you got the junkies over there. You got the skateboarders. You got the random guys. You got the white people. Sell to the white people. They got more money and they less dangerous. Go over there and mumble a few things. Got that coat. You know what I'm saying? Got that coat. Got that white girl. Got that white girl. But make it seem like you talking to yourself. So if they don't want none, then they won't say, oh, he was selling coke. But if they do want some, they going to hear coke 50. Okay, cool. And Jukebox is telling them, look, sell to the white people, make some money, and it's a lot safer. And Kanan's like, you not gonna do it with me? She's like, hell no. Kanan, you ain't even ready for the game. We about to name this episode how Raquel got her groove back. It's been, 2 days? My boy Symphony over there tearing it up for the third time, fourth time maybe. And she's like, man, when I'm with you, it's like a vacation. It's a getaway with you. Young buck, ooh, wee. And Symphony just sitting there like, yeah, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I got me some, you know what I'm saying? Got me something older. I remember I was 22 and I had me a 31-year-old. It's cool, but at the same time, it's like, man, you kind of old. I'm going to go ahead and get on up out of here, you know what I'm saying? You got that computer, though. Thanks for letting me use that. I got that Coke. People like, hey, man, hey, junkie, get away from us. You know what I'm saying? We good white folk over here. We walking through the park. You talking about I got Coke. No, sir, Bob, you got some weed? But a skateboarder pulls up on him. And Kanan was like, 30. The grand for 30. The guy's like, 30? Kanan's like, yeah, man, you think we fake it out here? He's like, I'm just saying, bro, that's a cheap price. So Juke was right. Like, the white folk, they gonna pay a little bit more. So the dude said, oh, shit, 30? How about you give me 2 grams for 50? Which is going to be a profit for him, because he was going to sell them for 10 a gram anyway. So it would have been 20. My boy that made $30 on top of what he was already going to make. We in the game. And this is the moment Kanan said, hey, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this bread. Symphony over here talking about, Raquel, girl, you going to mess up my grades. Man, I would have been done dip. We ain't hanging out this long. Hell no, I got stuff to do, baby girl. But he apologizes for saying how she should raise Kanan. She's saying that she had Kanan when she was 16, so that means she's about 31 because Kanan is 15 now. So she's 31. Symphony's probably about 24, maybe 25, and he's apologizing for that. But this is why I say I don't date women that has children, especially teenagers, because Kanan walked up on him. You wasn't paying attention. Kanan could have knocked you out or killed you or something. And I definitely ain't messing with a woman with an infant because I ain't trying to hear no baby screaming, especially one that ain't mine. And I ain't got no kids. But she's like, don't worry about it. We got Neek's people in the car chilling there waiting for the drop. Oh man, Dean's people, they circled the block 4 times. We got the cops up here on their little stakeout. So you know it's about to go down. It's about to be some crazy shit going on. But this is what we here for. This is power. People been saying power. They need to, saying get exciting. Well, we about to. Let me find out young Kanan out here tricking, risking jail time in his life for Davina, bringing her food. You done killed her boyfriend. Now you trying to move in. Young Kanan, you are a straight savage. So he comes over there, bringing her some food. He been out slinging that rock. And now, hey, I got to get the girl that I always wanted. And if you have to buy your way into it, fellas, especially young fellas, don't do it. Just don't do it. And definitely don't take this route that young Kanan is doing. All right, Dean's people, they pulled up 4 times around the block. We make the drug exchange. We go back there. Okay, we got some keys in here. Look like maybe 10 keys. They transfer the cars, but somebody looks over and you got the police van, the undercover van with the fogged up windows. When Detective Howard told them turn the AC on, we can't have fogged up windows. They in the van moving around and stuff. Wait a minute. 5-0, 5-0. Now everybody dipping off. Now we got to go on a high-speed chase. They on a high-speed chase. They probably get 2 blocks and then bam, they get T-boned by one of the cop cars. Detective Howard hops out with his little 6-shooter. Freeze! Don't even breathe! And he gets in the car and he looks. Damn. Kanan and Raquel, they go visit D-Wiz's mom. Can we just spend some time with you to remember Tariq? Man. Smiling in their face. Smiling faces tell lies. Lulu and Marvin, they go over to Neek's block. No one's on the corners because they didn't re-up last night. They ain't got nothing to sell. We get to move back in. Unique pulls up to this corner. Ain't nobody working. He see Lulu and Marvin. These niggas. And he rides by him. You gotta just look at him like, man, y'all lucky I ain't got no work, bro. I be on these boys. But he can't do nothing because they ain't got no work. You got Raquel and Kanan over here. They crying. The mom is putting on a damn Emmy award. We gotta be strong for Tariq. She kisses Kanan on the hand. Little as they know, she saved her son. All right, there you go. Episode 3 of Raising Kanan. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. Do y'all think that was a good move to go ahead and stop Unique from having any of that, you know what I'm saying, any of that work on the block? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I'm J. Thanks for watching. If you like the content on the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.